Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and thank you for joining me for another monthly reset video. So I did not film a January reset with me video, but I did film a 2023 goal planning video. So make sure you go ahead and check that out if you have not watched that yet. I'm going to put the link for that below in the description box. So today I'm just going to go over my January goals with you because I did make a few goals for January. Once I review those, we're going to set some goals for February and then go over some of my favorites from this past month. I am using the Cultivate What Matters Power Sheet Goal Planner again for 2023. So in the Power Sheets Goal Planner, it separates things that you want to do for the month, weekly tasks, and then daily tasks. So let's just jump right into it and review everything that I completed for January. So I did have quite a lot of monthly action items for January to complete. I wanted to take a break from filming and kind of do a bit of a reset and just get back into my routine and get some things done that I've been putting off. So the first thing I have on my list is to save $50 for the end of the year holiday Christmas time. I mentioned that in my yearly reset that I wanted to save $500 towards the end of the year for presents or gifts. Or even like home decor items, so I was able to save $50 and put that in a separate account. So my second action item was to publish the 2023 goals video, which I did, so that's published. I published that about 3 or 4 weeks ago. The third thing is to publish the February reset video, which I'm filming now, so I have not been able to completely check that off the list, but I'm pretty sure that will be done at least by February 1st. So you should be watching this on February 1st or right around that date. Content planning for January. So I have started doing some of the planning. There's a couple things I have yet to do, so I will finish that before the end of the month. Date night with Kevin. This is something that I mentioned in my 2023 planning video that we were going to do monthly dates, and we were able to do that this month. It was Kevin's turn to pick where we went for our date, and he chose to go to a new taco restaurant that was right up the street. So we did end up going there for our date, and we did have high hopes because they had a 4.8 star rating on Google, or I think maybe 5, somewhere around there. So we were anticipating really good tacos, and we were definitely disappointed. We got nachos, and then I got tacos and he got tacos, and all of them were really bland and there wasn't a lot of flavor. So I don't know if they were just having a bad night or something. So we are going to give them another try, but the date night ended up kind of being a dud because the food wasn't good and the restaurant itself was really loud. And it was like hard to hear each other, so overall it really wasn't that great of a date night, but we're gonna try again for next month and maybe see if we can have a better date night doing something else. The next 2 things on my list were to finish 2 books that I was reading. So I wanted to finish Have I Told You This Already by Lauren Graham. She plays Lorelai Gilmore on Gilmore Girls, and I did finish that book. The second book that I wanted to finish was The Norse Queen, Book 1. I did finish that book. I can't remember the author's name right now, but I will list it below. I wanted to complete my procrastination to-do list. So I made a list of all these things that I had been meaning to do for the past several months and things that I really needed to get done but have been pushing off and procrastinating on. So I have gotten everything done on that list except for one thing. I have to hang this wreath above my bed in my bedroom, and I haven't done that yet because I need Kevin's help hanging it, because I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to position it. So once that's done, I can check that off the list, but if it doesn't get done this month, then I'm going to procrastinate again and push it off till February, but I'm pretty sure I can get that done by the end of January. Kind of along the same line as this procrastination to-do list is like a cleaning catch-up. So I've been putting off like my monthly cleaning tasks for the last couple months because of all the holidays and all the videos that I've been filming and everything else that's been going on. So I wanted to get caught up with that, and I did. So I'm finally in a good place with my cleaning, and I'm hoping that I can just stay up on that and stay current with it and not get behind again. I wanted to order a sunset alarm from Amazon, which I did. I ordered that at the beginning of the month, and I've been using it for almost 30 days now. I am going to do a video review of that sunrise alarm clock coming up sometime within the next couple months. So make sure you check back for that if that's something that you're interested in. Complete my monthly reset routine. I have not started that yet. I do have a week left of January, so those are just some tasks that I have that I like to do at the end of every month. So I am going to start working on that probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I do have a little bit of time left before the end of the month. Order nail routine stuff. So that's something that I mentioned in the 2023 yearly planning video as well, is that I wanted to take better care of my nails and get a couple products to kind of start a nail care routine. So I did order those, and I actually ended up using them, and I did my nails. So that is something I can check off the list as well. So now we're going to jump into the weekly action items. So I wanted to do strength training twice a week, except for the week of my menstrual cycle, and I have been able to do that. I mentioned in my yearly planning video that I did not really keep track of my fitness last year, even though that was a goal. So I am going to track that a little bit better this year, and every time I work out, I write it down on this little sheet of paper, write down what I did and how long I did it. So for week 1, I did 3 strength training sessions, and then week 2 I did 1, but that was the week of my menstrual cycle. Week 3, which was last week, I did strength training 3 times, and this week I have done 1 session, but I plan on doing 1 tomorrow, which is Thursday, and then Friday. So far that goal is going really well. I do have some additional exercise action items as well. I wanted to do HIIT once a week and then walk 4 times a week. So the first week I did not do any HIIT. The second week I did, and the third week I did as well. So I usually do that on Saturdays. And then walking 4 times a week has not been going so well, just because it's been pretty poor weather. We are January in Pennsylvania, so it's been snowing and cold and icy and raining. So I have not been going outside as much as I normally do. Week 1, we did go on a hike on January 1st because it was really warm out. So that was like the only walking I did that week. Week 2, I went on 2 like 10-minute walks. Last week I went on 3 walks, and then this week I went on 1 walk, and I just haven't felt like really going outside that much because it's just been raining and cold, and I just feel really tired. I think probably due to the lack of sun. So I think I'm gonna change up that goal specifically a little bit in February. Overall, I would say that my fitness goals are going really well, especially for this first month. So I'm really hoping that I can keep up the momentum and stay consistent, which is my word of the year, and just keep going and not get burnt out. Another weekly action item was to read 5 chapters a week, and I have definitely exceeded that most of the weeks. For some reason, I've just been really into reading and listening to audiobooks this month, and I think that's probably because I've really dialed back on social media and Netflix. So week 1, I read 3 chapters. Week 2, I read 13. Week 3, I read 5. And week 4, so far I've read 4 chapters, which, you know, I could get that other chapter in definitely later this week because it's only Wednesday. And then we technically have like a couple days next week that's like half of a week of January. So far, just this month, I've read 4 books, including the 2 that I mentioned earlier that I wanted to finish. And I have, I think, like 4 or 5 hours left on another audiobook that I'm listening to. So I will probably definitely exceed my like 2 books a month goal that I made, at least for this month. So we'll see how much I read next month. Maybe I might get bored of reading, so I might not read as much next month. Another action item is to complete a weekly reset routine. So this routine consists of updating my personal and shared budget, going through my to-do list and my calendar, and just in general going over a couple things and resetting for the week ahead. So I did not do that the first week, but the last 2 weeks I've done that, and then we have a weekend coming up where I should be doing that again. We are going out of town this weekend, I believe, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get all of it done, but I at least can like get my to-do list done on Monday and kind of plan out my week ahead. And now lastly, we are into the daily action items or habits for the month of January. So these are pretty similar to the last couple months of 2022. I want to make sure I write in my Q&A journal every day. And so far I've only missed 2 days, so that's really going well. I also wanted to read the Daily Stoic, and I have not read the Daily Stoic at all so far. This is a habit that I have consistently failed on for the past, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months. So maybe I should take it out of there because I keep failing and not reading it at all, or I might just leave it on there and see if maybe I can somehow work that into my daily routine, so I can start reading that every day. And then another daily action item is weighing in. This is carrying over from a fitness program that I tried for about 3 months that my college roommate was doing. For the most part, I have been doing this every day. Some days I skip it because I have more important things to do. But this isn't something that I'm gonna beat myself up over if I'm not weighing myself every day, because my weight changes so much and fluctuates so often that it's not a big deal if I miss a day or two. So that wraps up the January goals. In general, my focal point and my priority for January was just to catch up and kind of rest, and then do like a reset and kind of get back into the routine of things after the holidays. So far, I feel like my yearly goals are going really well. I've been able to stay consistent and disciplined and motivated, and I feel really good with where I'm at right now. I am starting to get a little bit restless and kind of ready for spring and ready to just be able to go outside and go for longer walks, and do more things and walk more places. But I would say overall January was at least a very productive month. Okay, so now I'm going to share my February goals with you. I am going to start with the monthly action items. The first one is date night. This month it's my turn to choose what type of date we go on, and the Carnegie Science Center in North Shore, Pittsburgh has a traveling exhibit that is like a Viking Age exhibit, and I believe a lot of the artifacts are borrowed from some of the museums in Denmark and Scandinavia. I'm a really big history buff, and I am an Anglophile, and I really like learning about the Viking Age, especially their religion, and how they used to live. So I definitely wanted to go see this exhibit as soon as I saw that it was coming to the Science Center. And the Science Center is doing a 21 plus night. where you pay a ticket to go in, and there's no children. They have like adult beverages, I believe, and then they might have like special activities going on. We have gone to one of these before there as well when they did a medieval night. So we got tickets to go to that, and then after that we are going to a meadery that is right down the street from the house, and they also have food as well, so we're going there for dinner. So it's kind of like a whole Viking theme night where we're gonna go look at some artifacts in the exhibit and then go and have mead and food. So I'm really excited for that. That's probably what I'm looking forward to the most for February. Another monthly action item is to publish the video that I'm filming now, the February reset. So I want to get that published by February 1st or around that date. I want to finish the bedroom makeover in February. So last year I decided that I wanted to redo my bedroom and change around the aesthetic and the decor that's in there. And I have like a couple things that I need to do yet to completely finish that. Once that is done, I am going to publish a video and take you along with me while I change that. So I definitely want to get that finished for February and then try to get that video out for February as well, if not March, but I at least want to actually get the bedroom done in February. And then I want to save another $50 and put it in a holiday fund to go towards that $500 that I want to have in November and December for the end of the year holidays. I also want to publish a vlog this month. I'm not sure if I want to do like a work day in my life, a week in my life, or what type of vlog, but I definitely want to publish some sort of vlog this month for you to watch. I also listed here that I want to publish my bedroom makeover video like I mentioned earlier. I really want to try to get that done and up on my channel for February. And then the next two action items kind of go together. I want to declutter my loungewear, and then I want to put all of my loungewear on the Cladwell app. So again, I mentioned in my yearly video that I want to get all of my wardrobe onto this app so I can keep track of it, and that I also do a yearly declutter. So that is the declutter portion that I want to do for the month of February. I want to focus on that. The next two monthly action items are pretty much the same as every month. I want to do March content planning and then film the March reset video. So moving on to weekly action items, these are pretty much staying the same as last month. I want to do strength training at least bare minimum twice a week, except during my menstrual week. I did cut back on my walking goal since it is January, February, and the weather is normally not very good in Pennsylvania. So I want to try to walk a minimum of 3 times a week. I want to do my HIIT once a week except for my menstrual week because sometimes I just don't have the energy to do that. I want to read 5 chapters a week and then do my weekly reset routine. And the daily action items are going to stay the same pretty much as they were in January. So the daily weigh-in, the Q&A journal, the daily stoic. And the 2 new ones that I added are the 5-minute journal and then making sure that I drink enough water. So I recently purchased the 5-minute journal after years of seeing it all over social media and YouTube. So I thought I would try it and see how I liked it. So I have been doing it for the past week, and I just want to make sure that I keep doing that. It has a couple questions in the morning and then 2 questions at night. I am planning on doing a review of this journal once I complete it. There is 6 months worth of days in here, so that video will be quite far down the road, but that's another daily action item that I added to my goals for February. And then I wanted to make sure I was drinking my 64 ounces of water, which is just my water bottle jug that I have. I don't have it on my desk. Let me go get it. my 64-ounce iron flask water jug, so I want to make sure I'm drinking at least one of these a day. I've noticed that I haven't been drinking as much water lately, so I want to make sure I stay hydrated. So that is it for the goals for February. What I'm really looking to cultivate this month is to just keep staying consistent, staying motivated and productive. I definitely want to start focusing on my YouTube content and being more consistent with that, trying to get those 3 videos a month published, in addition to all of the other tasks that I want to do in the month, and just trying to balance my life. So that is what I am going to be working on for February. Okay, so now I want to share with you some of my favorites from the month of January, and Lady Kitty is going to be joining me today. My absolute favorite thing from the month of January is the Copper Cow pour over lattes that you saw me making at the beginning of the video. That was a lavender one. They also have a vanilla one as well, and they are amazing. They're actually better than some of the lattes that I've had in legit coffee shops, and I'm not talking about Starbucks because they're just like fast food. I'm talking about like a real hometown local coffee shop. I get them from Thrive Market, which is like the online grocery store membership. They are cheaper on there than buying them at their website, but if you don't have a Thrive membership and don't want one, then you can just get them directly from the website. I will link that below. That is the only like food-based favorite I have for the month of January. I haven't really been like obsessed with anything else except for those pour over lattes. But moving on to like TV shows and movies. So Kevin and I watched all of the new season 2 of Vikings Valhalla. We watched that in a week, and there was like 8 episodes, I believe, and I really loved it. I'm a big fan of the original Vikings. And the Vikings Valhalla series is on Netflix. Kind of in the same line of that, I started watching a bit of The Last Kingdom again, which is also like a Viking, England-based show. And I'm listening to the 7th book in the Last Kingdom series, which is why I decided to like rewatch season 4 and 5 of that series, because that's kind of where the book and the show lines up. If you haven't noticed, there's quite a big like Viking theme lately, you know, going to the Viking exhibit and then reading and watching Viking shows and historical fiction. But yeah, so I guess that's like something that that's kind of like the period in history that I'm into right now. Moving on, I recently got a matching set from Girlfriend Collective that is like a jogger and then a half zip pullover sweatshirt, and it's in the color birch, which is kind of like a peachy coral pink color, and I absolutely love it. It is so soft and warm and cozy, and I really love the color. The color looks great with gold jewelry, and I have been wearing that sweatshirt almost every day. Like anytime I need a sweatshirt or something, I just go and grab that one, and I've already worn the matching set with the joggers twice already since I got it. So I wore it like the last 2 Tuesdays in a row. So that is super cozy. I did get it on sale. But if you're looking for like a matching jogger set that's really high quality, I recommend looking at Girlfriend Collective. If you're looking for athletic wear in general, I recommend looking at Girlfriend Collective because they have really high quality activewear. I love their Luxe leggings that I have as well. So that is like my favorite outfit fashion item from January. So another item that I am loving this month is this London Town Cure Perfecting Nail Veil. And the Perfecting Nail Veil isn't so much of a polish, but it's more of like a protective coat for your nails. It has alpha hydroxy acids that help increase bioavailability of botanical actives and amplifies results. And it's like a sheer color. It looks very natural. They do have, I believe, 3 different colors on Ulta. I got shade 4, which is kind of like a pink color, and I thought that would look well with my skin tone, as well as look really natural on my nails. And this is supposed to help protect your nails and make them sturdy. And I have some damage to my nails from getting them done so many times with that Dremel tool running over them. My nails are like bumpy and uneven now, so I'm trying to use some products that will hopefully correct that. But I really love the way this looks. It looks natural, and it doesn't look over the top, so I'm really happy with this. And then another item that I really liked and something that I recently purchased is my Philips Sunrise alarm clock. I purchased this on Amazon. I've wanted a sunrise alarm clock for a couple years now, but I never wanted to spend the money on it. I did get a cheap sunrise alarm clock a few years ago on Amazon, and it was really confusing to use and awful, and I didn't even use it, and I sold it. But I got the Philips one, and it's a lot easier to use, and I really, really love it. And it has made waking up so much easier. I don't feel stressed in the morning. I don't have the anxiety. I'm not abruptly woken up by the loud noise coming from my phone. And having that has really decreased my phone time, and I'm not distracted by turning my alarm clock off on my phone in the morning and then just looking at something on my phone. So like I mentioned earlier, I do want to do a video review about my sunrise alarm clock in the future. So stay tuned for that. So that wraps up all of my January monthly favorites. I don't have a lot this month. Like I mentioned earlier, this was a very uneventful month where I just spent cleaning, catching up, resetting, unwinding, and just kind of chilling out and hibernating. So I don't have a lot of favorites to share with you this month. Maybe there will be more for next month, depending on how February goes. So that is going to wrap up this monthly reset video. Thanks for coming along with me while I did my February monthly reset video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you are notified when I publish another video on my channel. I hope you guys are having a great start to the 2023 year, and I will see you in the next video.